Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yazz'n and you're watching Yazz'n It Up. In today's video I have for you, I am testing dollar makeup. If you guys have not seen, I do have a haul where I shopped on the Shop Miss A website and everything ranges between like $1 or $2, and then if you get sets, like I have a makeup brush set and it cost me like $10. So basically $1 for each brush, and it came with a holder. Super awesome. Definitely go watch that haul if you have not seen it already, because I'm not testing out everything that I bought. I'm just testing some of the products, and I do have some hits and I do have some misses. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this makeup look and seeing how everything performed, just keep on watching. All right, so firstly I'm gonna go ahead and start with my eyeshadow. So I have this eyelid primer here. This is the Perfect Eyeshadow Primer. I'm just popping this open. Does not have a scent to it, just has like a little doe foot applicator. And it kind of feels like a concealer. It's very thick. And it looks like it's gonna be sort of like a matte cream shade, but once I apply it to my eyes, it already starts to like fade and like clear out. So I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing. So let me go ahead and I'm just gonna use my finger and blend this out. And it literally blends out to nothing. It has no color at all. I'm just moving this around. It's literally doing nothing. Like it's just balling up into one. Like I can literally see it in the mirror. I'm just moving it back and forth. That's not very cute. And I have all the product on my finger. That is not cute at all. Okay. So far, I don't like that. Let me go ahead and try to save this with the concealer. Let me go in with the concealer I have. This is the AOA liquid concealer. Let's see if this will help me out a little bit, because I want to start with a good base. I like my eyelid primer to like be like concealer, like full coverage and matte, because I have oily eyelids. So definitely the concealer. I do not like that eyelid primer so far. I obviously have to keep testing it out to see how I need to work with it, but the concealer saved the day. So now I'm just gonna go in with the AOA Perfect Finishing Powder, and I'm gonna set my concealer with that. And I have all of my AOA brushes that I purchased. I purchased a full brush set. So if you guys have not seen the haul that I did, I'll show everything, not only the stuff that I'm using today, but everything that I purchased. You guys can go see in that haul. So I'm just gonna take this really big fluffy brush here. This is the AOA E126, and dip into the powder and just set my entire eyelid with this. And this powder also gave me a little bit of coverage as well. I like that. This is the banana shade. I think they have other shades. All right, awesome. So now that we are all primed and set, I'm gonna go ahead and dip into the palette that I got. This is the Self-Made palette, and here's what she looks like. Kind of wish it had a mirror, but I also like that it's see-through because you could see all the colors. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go for a very neutral look today because I'm going somewhere after this. So I'm just going to be taking this brown right here with the same fluffy brush I use, and I'm just gonna blend this all around my eye, mostly focusing this on the crease. And these brushes are so soft. They're white, so I know they're gonna get stained easily, which is fine because, I mean, it's makeup, it's eyeshadow, it's gonna happen. But they are so soft. It's blending out this eyeshadow so well. And these eyeshadows are so pigmented. Comment down below if you've purchased anything from Shop Miss A, or if you have, what is your favorite item from there? So next time I go on the website, I know what to purchase. Like some items were sold out, so I know they must be good, or everyone's talking about them if they're sold out. So I definitely want to place another order eventually, because I wasn't able to pick up any mascara when I did this order, so I want to test out their mascara and a few other items as well. So far loving this brush. So now I'm just going to keep using the same brush, and I'm going to go in with a darker shade, this darker brown, and just blending this all together right here in the outer V. And these eyeshadows are very powdery. I'm getting a lot of kickback, but I'm used to it. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that have a lot of kickback, so it does not bother me. All right, so now I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush just to blend everything on the outside, but I don't want any additional product. So let's see. This one. This is the E128, and it is just tapered like that, but also very fluffy. And I like how it's very small and tight. So I'm basically just gonna go in circular motions on the outer part that I just did, like so. And I'm just gonna dab a little bit just to get a little bit more color payoff. Awesome. And last but not least, I'm going to take the shade right here. It's kind of has a little bit of shimmer in it, so we shall see. I don't know if I should use brush or my fingers and like wet the brush. Let's try both ways. So this is the E131, and this looks like a little packer brush. So I'm also going to use a setting spray to try and wet it to maybe make it intensify it a little bit. So let's pop this bad guy open. and this is the Zuri Flawless Makeup Setting Mist. So I think AOA is like their main brand that they have, like the Shop Miss, but they also have other brands that are on that website, but still within the same price range. All right, so I'm just gonna take some of this shade here. Let's see, we're getting some color payoff. But also that setting spray, it smells good. Like it has a light scent to it. Yeah, this coppery shade is very pigmented. I just have to keep dipping in, which is totally fine. And I want to see on the other eye how the finger performs compared to a brush. Because usually with shimmer shades, I use my finger. I don't usually use packer brushes anymore. And I'm going to bring this all the way up to the crease and meet it with the dark brown that I originally had. And then I'm moving back into the E128, the tapered small one, and blend this out in the crease. And then I'm going back with the 126, and I'm going to darken my outer corner again and overlap it with the copper shimmer shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and I'm gonna test it out using my finger, and usually I don't wet my finger. So let's see if this works a little bit better. I don't notice a huge difference. Yeah, it literally looks the same, whether you use a brush or finger. Some people prefer using only brushes. I don't really care. And the brusher, you can get into smaller places rather than your finger. So I'm going to go back in with the packer brush and just really get in the crease there. All right, now that we are all set, I'm just going to take a wipe and wipe away all the fallout that I have, which is honestly not that much. All the kickback is like in the palette. All right, awesome. So far so good. I only tried 3 of the shades and of course the neutral ones, but so far so good. This palette is so pigmented and I can't wait to try out some of the other colorful shades. So this gets a 5 stars for me, and the brushes are literally so soft. They're awesome. You get all different types of brushes, different sizes, and I think I paid $10 for the brush set, and it came with 10 brushes and a brush holder. So awesome, A+ on that as well. All right, so I went ahead and finished the eyes. I applied some wings on and some mascara. I wasn't able to get my hands on the mascara, and the eyeliner that I picked up happened to be a shimmery burgundy color. It is in the shade Paparazzi. So I did not want that on my eyelids. I just did a black liner. I used the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and then I also, for my mascara, used the Essence Lash Princess. So now I'm gonna go ahead and with the base. So for primer, I picked up this AOA Wonder Skin Perfecting Blur Primer. Let me go ahead and pop this open. And this looks very silicone-y, and in the light, I can see glitter in it. So we'll see about that, because I have oily skin and I don't want my face looking glittery. This literally has gold flecks in it. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, you can see some gold glitters on your face. Not my thing to have a glittery face, but I could tell it definitely filled in some of my pores. I mean, it says blur primer, so I should be doing a little something. I don't know why they put glitter in it. They could have skipped that step. And it's starting to feel a little bit tacky, so I think that'll be good to help it stick to my foundation. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this. Alrighty, now that we're nice and tacky and primed, I am actually gonna be mixing 2 foundations. The one that I picked up, I'm thinking is gonna be a little bit too dark for me. It's the AOA Buildable Satin Foundation, and I got mine in the shades 308 Soft Tan, and it says to shake really well. So let's go ahead and do that. And I also have my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. That is like $3.99 maybe, or like $4.99. So I'm trying to keep it very affordable. All this stuff is like $1 though, so can't beat the dollar. And let me see, let me put this on the back of my hand to see how dark it is. It's a little bit too dark, so I'm just gonna mix this with my Wet n Wild one on the back of my hand to try to get my perfect shade, because the Wet n Wild one I have right now is just a little bit too light for me. And the sponge that I'll be using to test out this foundation, I also picked from the website. This is the AOA Studio Paw Paw Wonder Blender. Heard wonderful things about this. They did like a collaboration with Paw Paw, I think the brand is, and their stuff was just a little bit more expensive. Like this sponge was $155 because they're donating it to like a animal shelter, I think. Here's what the sponge looks like. It is unbelievably soft. I love the shape of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this all over my face. Wow, this is so bouncy and soft. I love this already. And I'm getting a pretty light coverage. My Wet n Wild one does not also give me full coverage. I definitely go in with the second layer. The AOA one also is not full coverage. I'm liking this foundation combination so far. I kind of like the light, not full coverage look. So far so good, and I think the color match is pretty decent right now. And I absolutely love the sponge. The sponge I'm so obsessed over right now. My mind is blown. For $155, and I've been purchasing Real Technique sponge and EcoTool sponge, and those are ranging between like $5 and like $8. All right, sorry if the angle looks a little bit different. I just had to change the battery, but I want to test this out when have a tan, so that way this color matches me and I can just use this foundation. It is 0.64 ounces. Usually it's about 1 fluid ounce, so it's a little bit tiny, but I like the foundation combination that I have so far. So far so good. Next, I'm going to go in with that concealer that I used to prime my eyelids, the liquid concealer. I'm just going to apply some of this on the back of my hand and put this on my under eyes, because I don't have super bad dark circles. I just like the brightening effect that concealer gives. So we're just gonna dab a little bit underneath, and it definitely gives a brightening effect. I mean, this eye compared to this eye. So far so good. This is like a medium coverage concealer, and you can definitely build it up. So far so good. And also, as I put my foundation on, I cannot see the gold flecks from the primer on my face, so that is also good. They definitely could have just skipped that step. But now we're gonna go ahead and set me with some powder. So I have the AOA Studio Perfect setting powder, and I got it in the shade Banana. This is a loose one, but I also got the pressed one, as you guys saw from when I set my eyelid primer. And I'm just gonna put some of this powder on the back of the lid. Oh, this is very yellow and orange. Very yellowy orange. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. So I'm just gonna take the sponge and lightly dab this in, and I'm gonna start with my T-zone. Okay, so it's not very yellowy on the skin once you blend it out with the sponge. So now I'm just gonna go ham, and this powder does has a scent to it, and I'm not digging it right now. And I'm not horribly sensitive to scents, but if you are, I don't think you're gonna like this because I can smell it. All right, so I just finished setting my face with the setting powder, and I even went in with the pressed powder as well for the under eye. This pressed banana powder is a lot lighter than the loose version. The loose version was very yellowy and orange, but this one was very light, so I used it for underneath the under eye. But like I said, they do have different shades in the loose version and in the pressed version. So now that I am fully matte and all set, I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyebrows, because I feel like I look like an alien every time I don't have eyebrows on. And the eyebrow product that I picked up was the Slim Brow, and I got mine in the shade dark brown, so hopefully this works out for me. I have not used a pencil like brow product for all of my brow in the longest time. Usually I do a pomade and a wax and like an eyeshadow kind of a thing, but never just all pencil, because I feel like it's a waste of product to fill in my entire eyebrow. You go through brow products so quick when you do that. Pomades and like powder shadows and like a little bit of wax will go you a very long way compared to a pencil. So one side has a spoolie, so that's good. We're gonna brush out these caterpillars, and let's see. And the other one is super fine and tiny, which is awesome. So let me go ahead and do my brows. You definitely have to press kind of hard because the pigment was not there right off the bat. You have a lot of control with this because it is so tiny, so that's good, especially for beginners. I mean, it's only $1 and it comes with a spoolie with it. And this is giving me like a natural brow. Like I'm used to having a full-on black caterpillar. There we go. It looks really good on camera actually. In real person, I'm not digging it. I might fix it a little bit later, but so far so good. So let me go ahead and do the other eyebrow. All right, eyebrows are all finished. I did go in with a little bit of something else. This is the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio, just to finesse my tails because I like them a little bit tighter than the brow pencil was able to do for me. But I actually really like this. I haven't filled in my eyebrows with just a pencil in a very long time, as I said before, so it took me a little bit to get it done, but I liked it. I'm very excited for this, and like I said, it's $1, awesome for beginners. So let's go ahead and test out the next product. So next item I'm going to be putting on is blush. This is the Lumi Radiant Blush, and I got mine in the shade Ravish. So my brush set that I picked up didn't have any face brushes, they were just eye brushes. So I'm gonna go in with one of my blush brushes that I picked up from Five Below, and I'm gonna dip into this. And I like that it has Lumi in the name for like luminous, because I like a little sheen in my blush. I'm not in the matte blush phase right now. And it's giving off a little bit of color payoff. You definitely have to build this up. So I'm just gonna keep on dipping in and adding this on my cheeks. And it's very powdery. This has a lot of kickback. There is blush all over my desk. So if that bothers you, I would not recommend this. It does not bother me, but it's definitely getting everywhere. And I love the color of this. I love the rosy tone to it, and I love that you can build this up. So far so good on this blush. Alrighty, so I just applied another coat of mascara, so I don't want to spray my face yet. So I'm just gonna go in with lip products. And if you guys did see my Shop Miss A haul, you would have seen this guy. This is the Wonder Matte AOA Studio Liquid Lipstick, and I got mine in the shade Hero. When I had taken this out of the box, it was so separated. It literally had chunky color here, clear oily on top, and it's been sitting in the bin and it literally looks the exact same. I don't think you'll be able to notice it on camera, but I'm literally like mixing this up and I don't even know if I should test this out. If you guys got the liquid lipsticks before, let me know if this happened to you. Maybe I just got a bad one, but was yours separated? And it smells like Claire's plastic makeup. You know what? I'm gonna skip this for now. I'm not gonna put this on because I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. But I also picked up a lip gloss. So this is the Starry is the brand. This is a honey gloss and I got mine in the scent cherry. It's just a clear gloss. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on. That way I was just able to test out a lip product for you guys. But that liquid lipstick, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't smell cherry at all. And this is super, super thick. Now that we have that on, I'm gonna go ahead and drench my face in this makeup setting spray, and this is the matte finish. And then I have two highlighters. So this is the Halo highlighter and this is in the shade Blissful. Here's what she looks like. And then I also have the AOA Studio Perfect pressed highlighter right here, and I got mine in the shade Refined. So I'm just gonna mix both of these together and get my highlighting brush, and I'm gonna carefully spray my face because I just apply another coat of mascara and I don't want it to ruin my entire makeup look. This setting spray smells like donuts. Now I'm just gonna mix both of these highlighters together on my brush, and let's see. Here's the thing. It looks pretty decent on camera, but in person, this is so patchy, and I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's the spray. Maybe I should have blended it out before I put the highlighter on. This does not look cute in person. Man, and I was really banking on $1 highlighter too. Not the best highlighter, and I'm just gonna hit my inner corners with one of these as well. So, not a fan of the highlighter so far. I'm not sure which one is patchy, so I'm gonna have to test these separately. But the spray I really liked. It smells really, really good, and it has a great mist, and it covered all of my face, and it was $1, so A+ on that. And those are all the products that I'm going to be testing out today. All right, so the makeup look is all finished. I did add a little bit of more highlight. I added some Wet n Wild just to fix up the patchiness that those highlighters gave me. So we do have some flops and we do have some hits. The sponge was definitely my favorite. This is so bouncy, blended everything out seamlessly. I absolutely love the setting spray. The highlighters, not so much. The patchiness I'm not a fan of, and the foundation I definitely want to test out by itself to see how it performs and how long it lasts during the day. Everything else is super, super good. So I'm so excited because all of this stuff is super affordable. Definitely check out the Shop Miss A website. They have tons of things. They have jewelry, they have clothing, they have makeup, brushes, skincare, literally everything. I absolutely love most of these products, and I'm so excited to keep testing out these guys, and then hopefully in the future I'll be able to get my hands on some of the other things that I was looking to purchase this round. So if you guys are not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. It is the red button down below, and if you guys enjoyed me testing out this makeup, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you purchased anything from the Shop Miss A and what are your favorites, and then also let me know if you haven't tried any of these guys and which one you're intrigued to try. Also, my social media is always listed down below for you guys. I have Instagram and Snapchat that you guys can add and follow me on, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.